Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Let's see. Yeah, that's just pretty straightforward like that. Let's see if I can find anything. Yeah, for example, it would be nice to follow this one just for some sightseeing. Yeah, but everyone can, plan whatever they want. That's for sure. Let's see, Smith Island. Thinking, let's try to do something like this. So everyone good with going to Olympia?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And maybe seeing the Seattle on the way, because I can see that class Bravo here is from 3000. So if we fly under 3000, that's actually good enough if we keep over water. If I see correctly. We have some class Delta here, but it doesn't, extend all the way to this island. Yeah, I actually like that one. Yeah, I would go a little bit differently, but everyone can go any place they want, obviously. But for me, I want to see Seattle as well. So I will try to bring some points over there. Let's see. This looks good. This one. Hey, can I put it? Which one is it? This one? It's this one. So I'll just delete it from here. Okay. Hopefully we'll be able to navigate this. Or I will be able to navigate this. Okay, in that case I'm not flying there because I'm sightseeing Seattle. And then we have class Delta here. It looks to me, you can see it's 2800, so it seems to me that if I keep at 2900, I don't even need to speak to anyone, flying from over there to over there. That's interesting. At the same time, not really sure how smart it is not to talk to anyone, and fly over the airport. That's very, very close to it. And we have the tag chart here, right? Okay, so that's more clear that we can use. Olympia. Olympia, we have plot inlet here that can kind of point us towards Olympia. Or what is it? Nisqually Flats. I can't even pronounce that. Nisqually Flats. And a lot of VRPs around here. I'll just pick one of them. Probably Anderson Island. Because that's on the way. And then it's 14 miles. That's good enough. I can point myself and time it and ultimately see the airport. And we also do not arrive in the direction of any particular runway, so that's great. Here I have Browns Point, and it has a designator, so I can use it. This one doesn't. And if I look here, this point doesn't have any designator, but this one does. Alki point, so I'll just point myself there. And do I want to go more inland from there? Yeah, I don't want to use this one, so let's see. First, maybe Point Wilson.
Hey, Thomas, I actually have a question with Friday Harbor.
Yes.
If we go over to Friday Harbor, it says that it has a right pattern for all the runways, and it says AOE. What does that mean?
I don't know. I need to find it out. Maybe it's gonna be written somewhere in the chart supplement, might be. So
Be
first
there.
is, yeah, right traffic, right traffic. It's kind of strange that both runways have right traffic because, yeah, that's kind of strange. Usually if you have right traffic, it's because of some obstacle or noise, abatement reasons. And it's also here, AOE, NOTAM file, Bravo. Yeah, I don't actually know what that means, so we can try to Google that. NOTAM file. Let's try. Mm, Airport of entry. Ah, here we go. It's kind of strange that it's written there because a lot of airports have this.
So basically like an international airport.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Airport of entry. So you can actually, if you are coming from abroad, you can land at this airport and, I believe clear customs or something like that. Maybe it's given, on those towered fields. Maybe it's like that very small number of untowered fields have this, so that's maybe why it's written there. But I'm just guessing, this.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so I have this Smith Island, and then we have Point Wilson there. And then the next one is pretty far, and it's called Alki Point. There's something in the middle. This is 36 miles. Yes, we have here Hood Canal Bridge. Let's use this. It's another one. And if I zoom out, 14, 11, 18, 19, 16, 14, 14. I'm happy with those mileages, to be honest. So I would do something like that. And now let's look into the airspaces. So, okay, I'm not happy about this one. It says, for reasons of national security, pilots are requested to avoid flight at and below 2,900. Okay, so 3,000 is good. Right? So, if I plan my flight at 3,000 feet, that means that I would need to speak to someone to cross Charlie here, if we have anyone to speak to. So I would actually maybe ask the the Canadian controller, if they are still online when we depart, if we need a clearance from them to cross the Whidbey Island class Charlie. Otherwise, we would contact Whidbey Island approach or something like that. But this is naval air, and what's S stand? What does S stand for? I knew that. Naval air something station maybe. Yeah, probably naval air station. Then we have a Chinook Bravo MOA and Chinook Alpha MOA MOA. So let's quickly check those two on this chart. Where do I have information about MOAs? There it is. So Chinook Alpha Bravo, altitude 300 to 5000, intermittent 2 hours in advice by NOTAM, and Whidbey Island NAS approach. So we can basically contact them and ask them if it's active or not. We'll assume that on VATSIM it's not active. And then we have class Bravo, but I'm planning to keep at 3000 feet for this flight. So we are fine. If I check the fly section, okay, it actually suggests that we can use that one, flyway below 5000. But I want to see Seattle from up close, so I will I will fly a little bit closer. The only thing I want to make sure is that I don't penetrate these delta airspaces on the way, because at 3,000 feet, or actually below 3,000 feet, let's say 2,900 feet in this area, we are able to avoid class Bravo and class Delta by flying like this. That means that do not go all the way to the point and make sure that you stay, on this island. You can stay like above this island. You are flying like over land and not over water, and you should be good. All the way to Bronze Point there is no any other airspace. Then we can cross that one if you are exactly at 2,900 feet, or we can speak to the tower there. And from there on, I don't see anything else. And obviously, Olympia is a class Delta, so if we have any controller, we need to let them know. So that's regarding the route. Now let's review the weather. I will find KFHR, and then we have was it KOLM. KOLM. So we have clear 10 statute miles and no clouds, or no clouds below, some 18,000 or something. Variable wind. At Olympia we have wind at 040 at 9er. I believe magnetic variation is about 15 to the east. So that means the wind is probably something from 020 to 030, 9er knots. And again, visibility is great. And if I look at the charts for this airport, mainly the airport diagram, winds from 0 to 0, I believe runway 35 is the best. Or if you fancy yourself some crosswind challenge, then maybe runway 8, or actually 26, so we don't have a no, 0 to 0, that's from there, so 08, yes. That's also an option, 08 with some crosswind, and then roll out on Foxtrot to the FBO directly. So that's also great option. So it depends on you if you want to use runway 8 or 35. Regarding the direction of the traffic pattern, 35 is right traffic pattern, and runway 8 is also right traffic pattern. So that means that it's over there to the south, and runway 35 is here to the east. Okay, but it's a towered airport, so you can as well simulate, that the controller would kind of clear you to the left base of runway 8, because they can do it, obviously. The direction of the traffic pattern is important if to know if the airport is, let's say, outside of operating hours, because they don't have continuous operating hours, and or it might also tell you what to likely expect if from the ATC. And I think they had also one old runway that was there, but it's no longer there. It looks like it. Okay, so weather-wise, it's fine. Charts we have. Do we have any really new people? Not really. So, does anyone have any questions, let's say, regarding radio communications or whatever else that they want to have answered? Because if not, I'll just wish you happy flying and see you at Olympia. Happy flying. Bye. All right. So let me just prepare myself here. And I believe that first we'll just do a walk around. Yeah, first I'll actually generate my navlog there. So I'm gonna do the navlog. So my speed will be around, we'll be flying rather low, so let's say 140, and altitude, yeah, 3000 feet is fine. So we're going to do that. And also try to name our points a little bit. So the first one is gonna be Smith Island. Then the next one is Point Wilson. Then we have the named one, and let's switch. That's Hood Canal Bridge. Next one is Alki Point. Then we have Browns Point. And then we have Anderson Island. I'll just type Anderson. So that's for it. Alright. I'll keep that one here. And close that one. Let's do Seattle until we are in the attack range. So right now the wind is variable. Well, it should be variable 5 knots, but it says here on the ground that we have 10 knots from the north. So it either changed or it updated somehow. No, this one, not this one. I have it here. Because that was like, it's an hour old. So we'll be departing to the north. And since the right traffic pattern, that actually plays very nice to me. So I'll just, depart, do the 45, and when I can, I will turn here and probably cross this cattle point and then get on course. Actually, good plan there. Okay. So I have my tracking there, a little bit choppy, but should be fine. So let's start SPAD next. Let's verify we don't have any more controllers. We have the approach and some sensors. Okay. Okay, so fuel-wise we are pretty good. No matter what tank we choose, we now use right tank, so that's fine. Let's extend flaps. Let's do the work around there, so we make sure that there is nothing wrong with the aircraft. Yeah. Tires still looking good. That looks like water, doesn't it? That looks like water, so let's... Okay, let's try more. Now we are speaking. Now we are talking. Now it's light blue. Let's use that again. Okay, we have light blue. So we had some water in the tanks. Okay, no ranks there. Prop looks good. Let's check the engine. It's probably gonna be dark. Ready? Yeah, but not overly dark and still good quantity. So that's fine. Thing looks clear. All ports look clear. Alright. Satisfied. Okay. So I believe we can start getting the plane started. Parking brake is set. It's good. So again, master switch and some fuel pump. Let's check for the fuel pressure. It's rising. That's good. We will do at least one stroke with the primer and lock it. Close this one. Not needed. All right. So beacon goes on. Yep. Check that there is nobody around. Prop is clear, and let's raise those flaps. And let's start the engine. Let's try it. Okay. Rest. Let's try again. Now it's running. All right. Oil pressure in the green. Alright, we have fuel pressure, so let's lean that a little bit, save our sparks and other engine components. Avionics go on, and we will update, not this one, always click wrong. We will update the latest, let's see, do we have the latest one? Yes, okay, now we have winds from the north. And 29er 74 on the altimeter. 29er 74. Yes. That's clear. We won't be refueling, so exit. Nice. Here we will set VFR. And switch to the timer there. Reset timer. Right, let's check that we have the correct frequency, which should be oh, we have Seattle Center online, so I'll just let the guys know. Guys, I noticed that we have Seattle Center now online, so when crossing that Charlie, please make a call to them. And also when coming to Olympia, obviously.
I think I'm gonna get flight following. Well, if they can.
Yeah, you can take flight following, definitely. Okay, so let's check that we have correct frequencies. 128.25, that's there. I will also tune in the Seattle Center, or set it up here, which is 135.45, so I can call them later. And keep switching to this one. And obviously I want to contact them, let's say, when I'm over Cattle Point. Yep. Alrighty. Let's taxi. So, Friday Harbor. Yeah, I'm just gonna taxi to runway 34. Yeah, I'll take the whole length. Okay. Okay, here we have trim, and also I want to sync my compass or directional gyro to be more specific, and it pretty looks synced almost. And yeah. Friday Harbor traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche on the stand and taxiing for runway 34. Friday. Parking brake is off. Check the brakes. Yes, they are working. Taxiway is clear. We're gonna taxi to on Alpha.
Friday Harbor traffic, November 36 Foxtrot, type Data Cardiac on the ramp, taxiing to runway 34, Friday Harbor.
Friday Harbor traffic, Cherokee November 832 Papa Whiskey, taxiing from the east hangars to runway 34, Friday Harbor.
Looks like there's some fog getting into the, or mist getting into the cockpit again, but it'll clear when it's flying. I hope.
November 108, Tango Charlie, taxiing to runway 34 on the east hangar.
Noise abatement. Okay. Okay, so standing on the brakes. We already have temperature above 60, so let's go to 2000. Check magnetos. Section's good. Am's good, okay. Let's drop it to 1500. Check our carb heat. It's working fine. Good. Idle. Very good. So, fuel pump, trim. I'll actually trim a little bit aft. Okay, we're gonna do takeoff without any flaps. It's fine. Strobe lights, landing lights, and let's go. Friday Harbor traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche, taking off from runway 34. Afterwards, right 45 degrees crosswind departure. Friday. right, and I'm gonna just switch this off, I don't need it. Okay, let's put heading back to 3-4. Verify that the compass is read it fine. I have 341 there. 341, let's say there. Alright, let us go. Okay, brakes and gear up. Reduce the RPM a bit. Oh, it suddenly started climbing.
Friday Harbor traffic, coordinates 36 Foxtrot, departing runway 34, right on the departure, Friday Harbor.
Right, let's turn right a bit. Fuel pump off. Let's continue just to 2,000 feet. Friday Harbor traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie on a 45-degree crosswind departure at 2,000 feet. Now turning south and final call. Friday.
Friday Harbor traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, turning right, crosswind, runway 34, Friday Harbor.
Right, so that's the altitude I want.
Friday Harbor traffic, Cherokee November 832, Muscle Whiskey, departing runway 34 for the south departure, Friday Harbor.
Friday Harbor traffic, Kodak 36 Foxtrot, right downwind, runway 34, Friday Harbor.
Right, so now we're flying over Cattle Point, which is this.
36 Foxtrot, left down, correction, right downwind, runway.
Always keep braking.
Delta 753, Seattle Center, are you with us?
Delta 753, yes, I'm with you.
Sure, thanks. Appreciate the patience here in the chaos.
Seattle Center, Delta 753. Is it okay if I step away from the flight deck for a second?
Delta 753, that's approved. Report back.
Report back. Delta 753 Heavy.
Seattle Center Pacific 2089 is checking in with you, sir, descending through 36,900 for 20,000.
Pacific 2089, Seattle Center, good morning. Descend via the Mariner 7, arrival Seattle, altimeter 29068, we're landing south.
Pacific 2089, understand. Landing south, descend via the Mariner 7, I believe you said?
Yeah, hang on a second, I just got a brain twist.
I think I'm going to close out, sir. I want to land to the north. I'm all set up for that, and I'll just disconnect at this time.
Okay, thanks.
You got it.
Seattle Center, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, VFR request.
Wow, alright.
Delta 753, back at flight deck.
Alright, you know what, somebody made the right choice here. Seattle Center's gonna close, sorry, Canada. Everybody, 122.8, good night.
Good night.
Okay. That was funny.
Seattle Center just closed.
Yeah, it was something, it was really strange.
Did you get what happened? Did you hear what happened?
I actually tuned them in. Then I was just listening for a while, and there was some strange, communication regarding like I believe someone wanted something. Seattle Center was not able to give them, the coherent answer, and was laughing. And then when it was a little bit quiet, I just said that I have a VFR request, and the reply was all right. And a few seconds or like half a minute later, it was like, I think I'm just gonna close. And I believe they just opened, right? So not really sure what was happening there.
Okay. Maybe they were drunk.
Yeah,
On a
might be. And there is not so
Sunday
many.
morning.
Yeah, there's not so many planes around there, I believe. Well, anyway. In that case, I don't need those. I don't need this permission to cross the Charlie.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cross above today. Taking the amphibian Kodiak for a spin.
Oh,
Just because.
of
Don't
course.
intend to land on water, but it's gathering dust in the hangar, so... Sorry?
Is the Kodiak spin certified?
I can barely hear you. You're very low volume.
What about now?
Slightly better.
Yeah, I need to get a new mind. I was asking you, the Kodiak, is it spin certified?
I just heard something about the Kodiak. I have the Simworks Studios Kodiak. That's, I think, the only one there is.
I believe he asked if it was spin certified.
Yeah.
Spin certified. No, I don't think so. It's just, don't know how it's called, but it's not for aerobatics.
Yeah, you did catch me up a bit off guard there, saying you wanted to spin a Kodiak, but I guess that's what the simulator is for.
Oh no, I wanted to give it a spin. I thought that means I just want to use it because I rarely use it.
Oh,
Not a native speaker, so sorry.
I believe it was correctly said.
yeah, it's correctly said.
Okay.
Right, so we are there over Point Wilson. Sorry, yeah, let me just start the timer there. And we arrived at 9:30. Yeah, Smith Island actually, not Point Wilson, that's the next one. So instead of 6 minutes, it took us 9.5, but that was obviously because we took off in a different direction. Right, and now we are heading for Point Wilson. And if you see that on the map, it's gonna be... This is the FI, I believe, and Point Wilson in that case will be that one. There. This should be Point Wilson. Just lean it drastically, because I believe that can do that. Let's put some right rudder there to keep us level. Still turning. Okay, so lights, landing lights can go off, obviously. Gear is up, so let's put it to off. We are still running on the right tank, but if it's time to switch to the left one, going for Point Wilson there. Our speed is, I believe, around 140 knots.
Is there a chart legend for the Canadian charts, VFR charts, that were just posted?
I would assume that there should be, but I'm now hand flying and will not try to look for it, but maybe Learjet knows. I'm gonna call you Learjet until your display name changes. Sorry. And I was muted. Okay, so I was muted and I was replying to you, Christian. So let me reply again. I believe Learjet might know, but I'm hand flying now, so I won't be looking for it. And yes, I'm gonna call you Learjet until your display name changes. Sorry.
I did try to look for it, but I only found the US ones. But yeah.
I guess a lot of it will be similar.
Yeah. I think the most interesting thing are the transition routes.
So from Point Wilson,
Or sometimes they're even mandatory, to my knowledge.
at below 2,900. So let's climb a little bit there, just barely. I'll just raise the power, so we are like maybe 2950. And then the direction after Point Wilson will be again 143. Starting to see how good it is synchronized with my magnetic compass. So now it reads 154 or so, 154 5 or so. Yeah, so let's just give it like this, and it should be enough for a while. Okay, I have climbed above 2,900. And let's resume our correct heading. And we are now over Point Wilson, so I'm gonna reset the timer there. Let's say it's 5.1, like 1. Yeah, in the real world you really do not navigate down to the second, but here I can do that. And the reason is that you barely have the same winds as predicted. I believe this whole area is the one that we should avoid flying low, and we got some turbulence there. It's understandable, over land a little bit. So let's try to... For now it's alright to be above... Well, actually it's not alright to be above 3,000, because in that case we should be keeping the VFR altitude. So let's go down again. Next one is the bridge. And it's within the Seattle TAC already. Once we cross this one, then so the outcropping is probably that one there, including the lake, yes. And when we continue forward, and I believe there is the strait with the bridge. It's gonna be someplace there. And it should take us around, was it 9 minutes? No, 8 minutes to get there, so yeah. And we are climbing again. Oh, I need to descend a little bit. Strange. I don't believe that the areas of like overland turbulence and overwater not turbulences are not so sharply like denoted, or they don't manifest themselves with those very sharp borders. It's like on and off switch. But then again, I don't have any experience with real flying over sea, so cannot really be absolutely confident. There is this hook I see there, most likely, and in that case the bridge should be there. Now I can increase the power a bit. Oh, it starts climbing again itself. Give me Hood Canal Bridge. So last week when we flew here, we didn't see anything because it was all in the clouds, and we are now actually backtracking, flying back, now in visual conditions. Engines running nicely. We have still more fuel in the left tank, so let's use that one. Don't see any bridge. We again overland. Now I see some bridge there. After Hood Canal Bridge, just that one. I'm gonna turn 135. There. Oh. Wants me to point it to the left. What's going on? Just to the left.
Hello, Thomas and others. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, Suresh.
I'm here only for your briefing, though, Thomas. I miss your briefings. I have a little bit of a conflict over the weekends, but I will try to join. But
Yeah,
I'm here
we
at
are.
least for the briefings.
We are flying already.
Yeah. Oh, you are.
Yeah,
Wait a second.
You're an hour late.
Hold on a second. I thought it was. Oh, because you also changed the time.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, because we had the time change, you know, this weekend.
Oh.
So I kept kept my local time, but I believe in US it's offset by 2 weeks, right? You change the time in 2 weeks, or.
That is true. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll then go back and I'll watch your Twitch then. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry for the trouble here.
But you will be able to review that, you know, afterwards. So
Yeah.
no harm.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thanks.
All right, no problem. Right, so let's do 8 minutes there. And now we have almost 9 more minutes to get to Alki Point. And now we are getting into the, like, we will be flying under the Bravo shelf or Bravo airspace very soon. So we really need to keep under 3,000 feet. Well, not there, but obviously there. All the way to Alki Point. Let's try to follow the landmarks there. So now we should cross this bay, that one. So that's fine. We'll fly over. And I cannot probably say which one. Yeah, we have like a bigger bay there, so it's probably gonna be that one. And Alki Point should be, in that case, that one there. That's my guess for now, so we'll see how that goes. This one there should be the one that's called AI here. Probably. But I might be wrong from this distance. Oh, We have descended too much. I'm navigating and I'm not flying. Let's increase the power a little bit more and let's climb back. We can do that slowly, we don't need to rush there. And I guess some updrafts will do it for us. Yeah, another updraft. I can already see airport here blinking. That's so not like it should be. I still haven't gone into like giving 2024 another chance, because I still believe that it's not optimized as it should be. And as long as this one's flying rather nicely, I don't really feel the need to change. I was eager to change, as soon as possible, but yeah, let's say that not up to it for now. I believe then when that simulator is maybe 1 year old, so probably in the fall of 2025 would be good enough for me to switch. Yeah, so that's the bay there. Now I can see that clearly this will be the Alki point which I'm heading towards. And I really now need to get under 3,000 feet and stay there. So rather to fly a little bit lower than 2,900 than greater. I will also try to see what kind of pressure setting they have there right now. So if I update, and Seattle has 2969er, this one has 2968. So let's do 2968. 2968 like that. Okay. And that should keep me under. Now I am basically in this area, and I will be crossing to under Bravo very shortly. So I guess let's keep 2,800 for now, and then when I need to go between the Bravo and Delta, I will climb just a bit. So I'm doing some very fine throttle control. Try to keep myself steady. And the flyway that I was speaking about in the briefing is actually running this way there. They would get closer. And I obviously don't want to fly all the way to Alki Point. I need to stay off the coast a little bit. And I can already set that after Alki Point it's gonna be 155. So let's set it up here. right. Seattle City is visible now. We are over water, so we don't have those bumps. Is it Mount Rainier or which one is it? Let's find out. It's gonna be that one, yeah, it's Mount Rainier. Remembered correctly. It's good. So let's stay a little bit off of Arky Point. And then here we need to fly overland in these two. Let's try to synchronize the compass or check. So it should be 140. Okay, so again, just 2 or 3 notches to the left there. Okay, I believe Arky Point, I believe we are there, so let's reset the timer. Yep, 8.75. And let's turn to 155. There we go. Yeah, it was 8.7 actually, and now 7 minutes to Browns Point. So we'll be crossing that one and then that one island, and over there, this little stretch is Browns Point. Nice visibility today. Browns Point is actually, how far is it? 16 miles from Arky Point. Okay, great. Okay. Engine is running fine. Now we have slightly less fuel in the left tank, so let's keep it on the left for a while yet. And we will switch to the right tank shortly. Is this? Now it's gone. Great. Now we are coming over land again, and it's choppy. It's funny. Doesn't get only choppy, but a real roller coaster there. Okay, since I can see the Browns point quite fine. Okay, I cannot go over 3000, so let's push the nose down. Even throttle control didn't do anything to alleviate the situation. No? The air itself wants to put me into the Bravo there. Basically, I have no power and still climbing. Okay, so let's go down. Let's try to see after points Bravo, which is that one I'm gonna do 209er. Set it up. 209er, more correct. And it's gonna put us over Anderson Island. And now soon, I believe, we're gonna be at that point. Yes, that's actually here, so now we need to keep 2900 exactly. Once we are over land and closer there, we can climb to 3000 feet. This is the bridge, so once we are positively on the bridge level, we can climb to 3000. So now we need to keep between 280, 2800 and 3000. So now let's... Actually, after I turn from the Browns Point, that is. The aircraft's doing whatever it wishes. With no regards on its pilot. So let's try my turn. 7.2 on the timer. Slowed down quite a bit. Let's pick up the speed again. Now I can actually go above 3,000 feet. And that one there is Anderson Island. From there it's gonna be a short hop towards Olympia. Let's get prepared. Yeah, now I can go above 3,000, so... But I should not, because then I need to... I should, not need to, but should adhere to VFR altitudes above 3,000 AGL, which is basically 3,000 MSL in this case. This is one altimeter to 967. 967, okay. And let's go out Anderson Island. And after Anderson Island, it's gonna be a heading of 195. We can already set that up because we can clearly see Anderson Island in front of us. And then let's get the latest weather. It's gonna be the same one, yeah. Because right about now we will have new 80s, and maybe it's gonna update, but the wind reported from 360 minus 7 knots, minus I don't want to go below 2,800. No, not in here. Alright, so 360, that means like 340 or something like that, which would actually mean that the best runway is actually 35. Just right traffic pattern. But do I want to use 35? I can exit on Golf, so I guess yes, it's possible. It's a rather long runway as well. But do I want to use 26? Because maybe it's a left traffic pattern. 26. Just to train for some, you know. Everyone knows I need to train for crosswind. It's 26. Yeah, but I use 26. But I don't need to adhere to the traffic pattern because it's normally a towered field. So maybe I'll just enter right base for 26. Do that one. Okay, so this is Anderson Island. Veered of course a little bit, so let's get back onto it. Wanted to cross the island in the middle. Let's plan for 26, and I'm gonna entering a right base for 26. But first, Anderson Island there. So once I'm roughly in the middle, and let's change now the tanks also. Go the right one again. Okay, right main. Wave time 5.2 will be alright. Alright, so 5.2. And let's turn towards Olympia, and yeah, I need to tune in the frequency. This is gonna be 124.4. 124.4. Right. Olympia traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche. Now 13 miles north of the field at 2,900 feet. We'll be entering right base of runway 26. Olympia. And the, let's say if we have the latest one. Okay, so 2971 will be, and the wind is not reported. Good. Sorry, this is Olympia, so wind is... Have I looked at the incorrect one? I probably looked at the incorrect one. But still from the north.
Olympia traffic,
Better.
November 36 Foxtrot, Kodiak 10 miles northeast, descending through 3,000 feet. We will enter a right downwind, runway 35, Olympia.
Olympia traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie 10 miles north at 2,800. We'll be entering right base runway 26. And I have the previous traffic in sight. Olympia. Let's actually go down. So Olympia elevation 209er, so traffic pattern altitude 1,200, the standard one. I guess that's already Olympia there. Yep. So let's get down a little bit faster. It's gonna be 26.
Olympia traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, 4 miles northeast, descending through 1,800. We'll enter right downwind and we'll go for a land and hold short, runway 35, Olympia.
Right, that's the horn that I don't have a gear down. Landing lights on, brakes tested. Hold. That's a dive.
Olympia traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, right downwind, runway 35, Olympia.
Okay, 1,200, so let's level off and slow down. Gear down. Press flaps down. Olympia traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie is at right base runway 26, Olympia.
Olympia traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, turning right base, runway 35, Olympia.
let's descend, another notch of flaps. Olympia traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie on right base runway 26, and I will hold short runway 35 after landing.
Olympia traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, turning right to final runway 35, land and hold short of 26, Olympia.
Olympia traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, turning final runway 26, full stop, holding short runway 35, Olympia. Strong crosswind, yeah. Stronger. From the right. Gear is down. Just rather stronger than I thought.
Olympia traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, runway 35, vacated at Golf, taxiing to the FBO, Olympia.
And Olympia traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, runway 26 vacated at Charlie and taxiing to the FBO via Foxtrot, Olympia.
Olympia traffic, Cherokee November 832 Papa Whiskey. I'm about 10 miles north, right by Boston Harbor, inbound to land, full stop on runway 35. Olympia traffic.
That was actually 13 knots crosswind, direct. At least according to the simulator. Yeah, direct crosswind, 13 knots. Okay, so landing lights off, strobe lights off, obviously. I've done that.
Olympia traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, crossing runway 26 at Foxtrot, Olympia.
Just park somewhere here.
Olympia traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, runway 26 located. Continue taxi to FBO via Foxtrot, Olympia.
Center the rudder trim, good. And I can switch off everything. Alright. So I do hope that you enjoyed the flight again. We are at Olympia, and we'll see what we're gonna do next time. I don't know yet. But maybe we'll be doing or ultimately hopping over to Alaska via smaller hops in this small airplane, or we might decide to go airliner for one time and have someone different to actually brief us on that. We'll see it. Until then, happy and safe flying, and see you next time. Bye bye.